You are live. I'm currently on the StreamYard service. I'm not on YouTube, but it should work. It should automatically link.
I'll tell you if it. Yep. Okay. Yep. There it is. It's live right now.
I see you there too. Dope.
Yep,
Yo, this
live.
is so simple. It's so nice, man.
Oh man.
All these other streaming service, like I get it. Like if you know how to use it, if you have the time, go for it because you can do so much.
Yeah, I use OBS. I use OBS for like all my like desktop streaming and shit. Like
so OBS Streamlabs.
It's not even Streamlabs, like the actual like OBS. I use the Stream Elements version of OBS, and that's like still super complicated. So yeah, that's just the thing.
Yeah. So.
When was the last time we did a video together like this?
Let me read this here. Okay, there you go. For a second, I heard like your voice twice. You're repeating the same thing.
You did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When was the last time we did a video together like this?
The Switch, when they introduced the Switch lights.
Damn, that was almost a year ago.
But now that I know how to use this and it's super simple, we're gonna do more. We're gonna do more.
Okay.
So Virtual Memo and TekstorM at it again after like a year.
Yeah, basically.
But anyways, for the people in the chat, I see there's 3 people viewing. Welcome. It's been a long time. We've done this a super long time. YouTube removed Google Hangout, which was the I guess everyone's the way to get in there.
They did kill that off.
They killed it off.
That's wild.
And I just refuse to get on all these other service like that. You know, the Discord, the Twitch, the Mixer, which died. Mixer died.
No one talks crap about Discord and gets away with it. All right.
Yes.
I'm being PG because YouTube demands it.
Yes. But I just wanted something similar to Google Hangout, maybe even easier to use, and I found it. StreamYard. So you see that duck up there in the corner? If you guys want to do a podcast, StreamYard. I'm promoting StreamYard, right?
Not a sponsor.
The little duck just bought his new Beat headphones. But let's just get it straightforward. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy July 4th. Fireworks are still going. I can hear it.
If your hill isn't on fire, you know, if your entire neighborhood isn't on fire, just congratulations at this point.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't expect it to last this long. It's still going.
Yeah, man, this is ridiculous. I really don't understand why we have the need to want to do this so much. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Bay Area, they canceled all the fireworks. You know, like San Francisco had their fireworks, Sausalito, Oakland.
Right.
They canceled all the events, obviously, because of COVID. Stay inside, everybody. By the way, stay inside.
You know, they're not gonna listen.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to help the public.
I know.
Okay. We're here because I want to talk about a game that's very controversial. I don't understand it. But I played it. You played it.
Yes, I did.
We're going to give our thoughts, our impressions, and at the end of the video, our final review. Our final review. So let me just get my notes here. Because
I didn't have time to prepare notes.
It's all good.
So it's just off the cuff for me.
You're just gonna have to do the same thing. I got to do the same thing, just like the podcast, man. I had to be the one who get all the notes already. You see what I mean? Now you.
So the podcast, so Virtual XP podcast is coming back, or is it dead, or is there a new Virtual Memo style podcast coming? Please elaborate, sir.
Virtual XP podcast. We gotta talk to everybody else. I mean, I would like to do it again. I mean, again, I had some things I had to study for. I had more important stuff.
Yeah.
I told everybody, yo, continue it, but they didn't want to do it without me. So that's why I kind of died.
Too much of a gem, Memo. You're a national treasure.
I know. Okay. So The Last of Us Part 2. Cat, Tipsy, I know you're on here. I don't think you're gonna play The Last of Us. So unless you're gonna get spoiled,
This is very last spoiler warning. Please
yes,
leave.
yes. So please leave if you don't want to get spoiled. If you don't care, then stay. And here are our thoughts about it. So, first of all, oh wait, hold on. She hasn't responded yet. Maybe and no, I'm not going to leave. Okay, cool. So she doesn't care.
Oh,
All right.
oh yeah. She just wants to hear us what we think about it.
It's been a long time. That's why she wants to hear our voice. Like
Yep.
two of the podcast members are back. Okay. So I want to ask you something, Tech.
Yeah.
Were you spoiled before the game was released?
I was, and you know how I hate spoilers, but I actually spoiled myself.
Okay.
I hate spoilers. I spoiled myself, and I saw the leaks, and I was just like, no, I'm not satisfied with this at all. And I swore up and down on everybody who I talked to I wasn't going to buy the game, but I bought the game anyway.
Yeah, I figured you're going to buy the game regardless.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people did the same thing. Before we start, because I know YouTube changed all their guidelines. This is a rated M for mature title. So kids that are underage that are going to watch this later, do not watch this. If you are under the age of 17, get out. Get out. I'm listening to YouTube's guidelines. This is a rated M for mature game. 18 and up, please. You have been warned.
Boy, the algorithm is going to get you.
Okay. Oh, so you were spoiled. Okay. I wasn't spoiled. I refused to look up anything Last of Us besides the trailers that Sony released, like
obviously
to tease us.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I watched.
Okay.
After that, I was like, all right, cool. I saw that. Don't need to see anything else until the game comes out. So I wasn't spoiled. Now I don't know if you were the same as the other people, but Cat. Okay, so this is it, Cat. I'm gonna just spoil the game. Okay, so
this is your official second spoiler warning.
Yeah. We told them like 3 minutes ahead of time. So it's their fault.
Yep.
So were you one of the ones that when I'm pretty sure that's what you got spoiled. You saw what happened, and did you just officially decided I hate the game? I don't want to play the game because the main character.
I was kind of at that point. Yeah, it was very low res, but it was pretty official. I really was kind of like, no. And then I read the description because it didn't really make sense because it was extremely blurry and couldn't really see. But then I said, oh, hell no. And I read the description. I was just like, this is bullshit.
Okay. Well, see, it's a good thing I asked you to come on then, because I'm getting from your perspective. You spoiled it. You chose to look at it. I refused to.
And I never look at spoilers. You know me.
Yeah.
Never.
Okay. So I guess when we get started, before we get to the main meat of the issue,
right?
This is The Last of Us Part 2. So everything that you did in the first one, when you killed almost 100 people in the hospital building.
Pretty much, yeah.
Joel's backstory in the first game, where he did some things to other groups, which pretty much, if you do that, you have a target behind your back.
Yeah, you don't say.
And I guess people thought they considered him as a hero, that he's gonna live, he's gonna survive part 2, and then once they saw that image, a lot of people just hated the game because their main character was gone.
Oh yeah, no, and it was definitely like that for me too. And getting into something later, I was extremely disgusted when they made me do a certain thing in the game, and I was just like, I was like, why do I even? I just delete this right now. I call it a loss on my end, and I just don't play it.
So let's start with you then. Tell me what were the issues you had with the game?
Okay, number one, it wasn't okay. So I should clarify this. I am no sexist because apparently the other day I got called extremely sexist for voicing my opinion. I'm not sexist.
Okay.
I am not against any form of LGBTQ or anything. There's no need to cancel me. All right. This game basically made me question why I played it in the first place. But then I remember I said, I'm going to play this game. I am going to finish that story. And then I'm never going to touch it again. Pretty much like I need to know what happens. I could have lived with not knowing everything that goes down in the game. But the leaks were kind of just taking over part of my brain. But then I was at the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to list a Twitter poll, see if they want me to buy it, and they want me to buy it. And they want me to stream it. I should probably stream like an hour of it, and then I just played the other 29 by myself. Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
So what you think of Abby?
Okay, this is the controversial part I told you about. So all children who are still watching should leave right now.
Oh, we're busted. They're still here. I mean, but we warned them. We warned them though.
Oh my god, this fucking ma'am. Oh my god, she literally looks like the ma'am from GameStop. She
okay.
Oh no. You wanted the raw unfiltered experience. You get it, buddy. Oh man. Oh, I didn't like Abby. Oh, I was not invested in anything Abby related. Period. I was invested in the characters, some of the characters around Abby, but playing as Abby was terrible. Terrible.
Okay, and for Tipsy, if you're listening still, which I think you still are, Abby is one of the main characters in the game that brutally, and I mean brutally, killed the main character of the first game, Joel. And a lot of people did not like that.
Yeah.
And in the game, at least I think 12 hours into the game, you play as Abby, the person who killed the most famous character in The Last of Us. And then you play the rest of the game as her for a good amount of the game. Her part was like 15 hours.
Yeah. It was about 12 to 15 hours ish, and it was a completely unpleasant experience for most of it.
Yeah, so keep going. I want to keep hearing your thoughts.
Okay, so
you didn't like playing as Abby.
Yes. Okay, so pretty much at Seattle Day 3, when shit hits the fan, when you literally see like shit about to start unfolding, you think, oh shit, like what's gonna happen here, right? And then you go back to Seattle Day 1, and I'm like, what? What's going on? Man, but let me tell you, as soon as I was playing by this muscle-bound little girl who has tickle bitties, all right? Okay, so like it just frustrates me thinking about it. Just her character is ass. Her motivation is valid, but ass. Her entire like arc is just terrible, right? It like on every time in a redemption story. I don't know if you've noticed this, but you die every time in a redemption story. 9 times out of 10, you die, and it was just one of those redemption stories. But it was one that was so messed up that it just made me not like this chick.
Okay.
And here's the thing. even though she saved them, I felt like she knew, and it felt so forced by the time everything started unfolding and everything like that. It felt like she knew instantly. Oh shit, it's time to get my revenge. But you know what? Let's focus on these zombies first. And I'm gonna get my revenge. Yeah.
Okay, so the bad thing is your character died. You don't like playing as Abby.
I hate
What's
it.
the other bad things you didn't like? And after that, go to the good things you liked about the game.
Okay. I'll get the bad stuff out of the way. I should say that. I'll get the bad stuff out of the way. The main things I didn't like was listen mode. I felt was downgraded from the first game. From the first game, I mean. From the first game, listen mode was fantastic, and it was basically wall hacks, right? Now it's just like, oh man, it's so bad. It'll literally get me killed almost every time, so I just stop using it. Pretty much, it doesn't do anything for me. Let's see what else. Don't like Abby. Really don't like Abby. Fucking don't like listen mode. I don't like how the supplements is kind of now a skill tree, and they're just willy-nilly everywhere.
Okay.
I don't like that. I hate that. I hate how sometimes the NPCs actually just get in your way. 9 times out of 10, they actually just get in your way and just ruin everything for you.
Well, I'll get my thoughts in, but
yeah. But that's pretty much like the bad things that I
didn't
don't
like
about the game. Oh, and the bugs. Oh, the bugs.
What are the good bugs? I didn't really encounter much, but
I got about 3 to 4 bugs. 3 to 4 bugs.
Okay.
What
are the good things you liked about the game?
The good things I loved about the game, it made me question my my morals and my sense of just like, what is right? Is it really right to kill this Fido? Just chilling.
Okay.
Is it right to take down that team member when someone else screams out their name? Is it like is half of the things am I doing in this game right? It's a game that really made me think. And there's only like been, I don't remember the name of it, but there's only been like one game before that's really made me think about what's right. I like combat and gameplay overall. Like gameplay combat
combat is amazing. Yeah, the combat is amazing.
The stun locks are bullshit.
The face expression.
Oh yeah, the face expression. I was playing on a base PS4 and I thought I was playing on a Pro.
Yep.
Like it's literally like, god damn, game's great. Game's literally, as far as visual wise, game's gorgeous. Like they literally, I've never seen a game like that in the beginning of the game. But when you launch it, and you see the slider, don't blow out the other details as far as highlights. And I'm just like, oh, GG. Okay. That's great. I never in my life have I seen that. But other than that, yeah, that's basically the main stuff I liked about the game. I liked gameplay. I like combat. I honestly, man, I just love playing as Ellie. I love playing as Ellie, and I didn't think, even in the first game when I was playing as Ellie, I thought it was kind of more like a chore than like me actually, like playing like I would normally play as Joel. I love the environments. The environments are massive. Especially Seattle. Seattle's huge. And it just makes this closed off space feel so much larger than it actually is in scope. That's what I like about The Last of Us Part 2. That's why I feel like my money wasn't wasted.
So that's your positives and negatives from the game.
Yes.
And now, I guess I'll go. Is there anything else, or those are the positives and negatives?
That's all I can think about.
Okay. Keep in mind, we're gonna say our final review thoughts at the end once we're out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, this is they're knowing nothing. The only thing I knew about the game is that from the end of the game of The Last of Us, Joel lied to Ellie, saying that they were trying to kill you. without further explaining that he loved her as a daughter, and that's it. That's all you know. He just lied to her, and they went straight to Jackson.
Right.
Okay. Positives or negatives? I guess I'll start with the positives that.
Yeah, I'd say start with your positives first, and then go to your negatives.
So again, the game mechanics is amazing. It's so fluid. So comparing, I played the last 2 weeks before the second one, and it's just night and day. It's just so fluid.
Yeah.
The beatdowns, the swing of the bat actually feels like you're swinging a bat.
Yeah,
you
feel
really
the weight behind that swing,
busting someone's skull.
Yep.
Yes.
Man,
Ellie's mechanic. She has the Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
So you're able to grab clickers and just stab them. I hated in the first game where
the shifts. The
worst. Exactly. The environment is amazing. The set pieces is, I mean, it's literally a straight game from A to B. However, it's an open
environment.
An open environment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the difficulty. So I don't know what level you played it on. I played it on normal difficulty.
Yeah, I played it on the normal. What was that? It was it just called normal? I feel like it was called something different.
I think it was just normal. I like the hike, the spike. Like all of a sudden, you're normal difficulty. You're getting the handle of everything. Next thing you know, when you get further into Seattle Day 2.
Oh man,
the difficulty spikes up a bit.
Yeah,
and I actually like that because I felt I unlocked all these mechanics, all these weapons. I'm a beast, right. And then all of a sudden I was like, "Whoa, okay."
Did this feel like Metal Gear to you, Eddie? It sure felt like Metal Gear to me.
Kind of, because the majority of the time as Ellie, I was always stealth killing. I was always like on the floor, sneaking up on somebody, stabbing them, and then move on. So I actually like that. I like the difficulty spike because it actually gave me a challenge, and it made me want to use all the rest of my equipment that I had. See,
yeah.
That's always a good feeling in the game. Feeling weight of the weapon and damage gives it. Yes. So yeah, exactly. The water is nice. Ellie can swim now, and oh my god, it's just
man,
it's awesome.
It's definitely something. I will say that most of this game visually impressed me and impressed me mechanically to the point where I was just like, okay, I'm willing to overlook my personal issues with the game.
Yeah.
Just so I can enjoy how smooth and responsive this game is.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, I like that. I like when you're fighting the scars or when you call them, what's their name? Their real name is
Seraph. What Seraphite? Yeah, Seraphite. Yeah, the whoo. Oh man, I was in it.
When you can't run up to them like in the first game. They will. I mean, if you run up if they have a pistol aiming at you and you have a bat ready to run up and swing at them, you can't hit them. They will shoot you, and they will shoot you not once, not twice, 3 times. Basically, don't run straight at them.
Yeah, I made that mistake a few times. Few times.
Yeah, so I like that. What else? That the game makes you think, like, should I do this? Should I not do this? The AI, they're super smart, and you do feel for them because if you kill one of them, like you can hear their friends go like, John, they got John, and all that stuff, and you're just like, damn, those people really care for their companion, and then they would just be like, get over here, bring the whole squad just to take you out. So I've never felt that in a game, or at least nothing that comes to mind right now.
Yeah.
Even shooting a dog, dude. I love animals. Like I don't want to kill an animal, but when a dog is kicking your ass and you have no other option, I have to.
I think I domed a dog with a tomahawk at least 3 times.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So I
feel bad now.
It's never. Yeah. So again, a game has never done that to me to the point where I was like, I don't want to kill you. I don't want to kill the dog. But the dog is a big part of the game. They will find you, they can run away. But overall, I love that. I surprisingly, I'm very different than all the other people that are big controversy going on. I actually liked Abby's story more than Ellie, because hear me out. Ellie's obviously Joel dies. Okay, so Joel dies. Me knowing the story of the first game, I want revenge. So I felt that emotion from Ellie. I'm gonna go kick some ass.
Right.
I'm gonna. So that one, I enjoy that feeling. I also wanted to know why she did it. Again, I wasn't spoiled, so I had no idea who this character is. Besides, she killed Joel badly. Jesus,
so bad they had to censor it. You know they censored it, right?
I mean, if they did, wow, I don't know how much they would have added, but
after that first batch of players, I heard Sony went back in and censored it.
Jesus,
that's crazy.
So again, I had that feeling like I want revenge, but I also want to know why she did it. So again, no hard feelings against Abby, none of that stuff. What caught me off surprise, again, I did not see any spoil, was that towards the middle of the game, 15 hours, and you go to the theater and you confront Abby for the first time, the screen blacks out, and I was like, "Oh, what just happened? Did I die?"
Right.
And next thing you know, I'm playing as Abby, and I was like, I was like, "Holy shit! I am playing as Abby, the person who killed Joel," and I'm guessing that's where the majority of people hated. Like they hated because they're playing as the villain, the person who killed their hero. But in my case, I was like, okay, this is interesting. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play as her, and I'm gonna see her take of her side of the story. Now, again, we played as Ellie. We played as Joel through the first game. Because this game, so I get that. I want it. But when I play as Abby, I felt emotion for her because I found out why she did it.
Right.
And as I said before, okay, this okay. Well, you're here, Kat. Doesn't matter. When I found out that Joel killed 100 people in the hospital, everybody in the Fireflies in the hospital, and then killed her father, who was the doctor in the main game, my brain just snapped. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, and it's
why she did it.
Circle of revenge thing. If you think about it,
it's a circle of revenge. If you mess up, don't think you're just gonna be all good. It's gonna come back to haunt you, which is what I argue with people. Like, you think Joel is the hero of the game? Like, that guy has murdered people. He has gunned down people. He has a target on his back now for everything he has done.
Right. So every villain has a story. That's correct.
Exactly. He's not. Yes, he's a hero. But at the same time, he's a villain. And I wasn't mad. I was not mad that I was playing as Abby. I was actually intrigued. I was like, okay, her father was gunned down by Joel, and she was like probably 15 or 16 years old. Her motive now is revenge. And now I get it. Now I get it why it happened. But playing as her, playing in her town in Seattle with the wolf, the WLF, it felt like I felt more humanized with her. Like in the beginning of the game, you just feel like she's a hardcore, badass, murdered Joel. You want to take her down now. But when you play as her, you feel like she's humanized. She's normal. She interacts with people. She cares for her friends. So it just messed me up. Not in a bad way, but in a way I was like, huh. Okay, I didn't see this from her. I only saw the dark side from the very beginning, but she's more humanized through the story. And I
Okay.
liked her game. I liked her gameplay more than Ellie's. Again, Ellie was more.
See, that's where we part ways. I personally like Abby's gameplay did not feel, for me at least,
Uh-huh.
did not feel like it felt like a completely different approach. Like I was playing two separate games.
Yeah.
Yes, but I still enjoyed the more I played as Abby, I'm like, damn, man, I really want to play as Ellie now because like I miss stabbing people with the butterfly knife. I miss
Okay.
sneaking, like through
Okay.
the
So
grass.
you missed that. I missed that too because I was with Ellie. I was playing more like Solid Snake. I was stealthy. With
Right.
Abby, I felt badass. Like I
Like
choked you down with,
one,
and Abby's physique.
once again,
Uh-huh.
the ma'am.
Yeah. And I mean, and it tells you. By the way, in the beginning, once you play as her, you wake up in like a locker room because Manny was using the room for things. And you walk out with him, and there's a gym, and she says yeah, like she likes to go to the gym, which is why she is like that. Her physique is like that. So I get it. And I got to know all the other characters. So Manny, Mel,
Yeah,
Owens,
Manny was cool. Manny
Nora,
was like
Nora, I
Nora.
think. Yeah,
Nora, she
Nora was.
she was a real friend to the bitter end, honestly.
Yeah,
And I felt kind of bad for just oofing her a little bit.
yeah. So, well, again, like you saw that in Ellie's part, and Ellie was hardcore. She did exactly what Abby did to Joel. So Ellie beat her down. Remember, they fell down. They fell down to that first floor
Yeah.
where the infecteds were. And then Ellie chases her down the hallway to the very end. She's infected now. And before she dies, Ellie's like, I'm just going to beat the shit out of you. And you're going to tell me everything.
She's like, you're breathing spores. And it was at that moment where I was just like, oh.
Yeah. And Ellie was just like evil. Like, I mean, yes, I understand. I understand why. But at that moment, I was like, damn, Ellie's becoming what Abby was pretty much.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't know any of that yet until once you played as Abby. I don't know. Me personally, I liked Abby's gameplay more just because I felt more power. Okay. And I liked her set pieces more.
Okay.
I liked Infected, and especially when you play against the Rat King. Holy crap. That was amazing. The Rat King. I wish there was more. You know what? I wish there was more Infected, different varieties of them, because there was only the Rat King and what's that? The one that like throws gas. Like
it was what was his name? A Shambler. That son of a bitch.
Those were the only two that were added.
I hate the Stalkers. I hate the Stalkers.
So apparently Stalkers were always in the game. I don't remember them being super stealthy and super quiet. And they would, yeah, they were kind of creepy.
Basically didn't work on them. Once again, listen mode has been severely downgraded.
Yes. So again, you know what was crazy? Okay, so I said my good parts. I liked Abby's story. Yeah. I didn't have a problem with it like the majority of the people had.
Now let's hear it.
And again, I wasn't spoiled, so I took it. This was all new to me coming in, and I enjoyed it. The bad thing. We'll talk more about the game, but let me go to the bad thing.
Okay.
Yes, I like Abby's character, especially going through her story, and I figuring out, okay, this makes sense why she did it now. I understand now why she did it. Yes, I like her character. The physique. Okay, I get it. She's buff. She's buff because she works out. What I don't like is that she is the only girl in the whole game who looks like that. That's what I didn't like. I was like, are you telling me no other girl wants to go to the gym? Is it just Abby? Is it just Abby who works out? I didn't really like that.
Man, I don't know. And like that, I think that's part of what bothers me.
Yeah.
Honestly. So like she's the only one.
Yeah, she's the only one who's ripped. And I'm just like, yo, I mean, I get it.
That's Schwarzenegger status right there, bro.
That's Arnold status.
My God.
So again, I don't have a issue with the way she looks. I have an issue that she's the only one who looks like that. And I was like, come on, you got to have more people like that, right? It's not, it can't just be Abby. It's almost like
It's a symbol of strength, kind of.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me.
So that's what I didn't like. What I also didn't like was the skill tree. So you mentioned the listening mode and all that stuff. I don't like how they were forcing you to unlock a certain other thing to unlock your main thing you wanted.
Oh yeah, no, that was.
I did not like that.
No.
Excuse me. Yeah, I did not like that at all.
You should be able to unlock the better suppressor without having to go through like 3 other skills.
Exactly. So that's one. That's another thing I don't like to be. There were some flaws. I didn't have glitches as you mentioned. What I did have was, when you're walking around and you want to pick up items, you have to click triangle. Sometimes when I would do that, it wouldn't pick up. She just stand there, and I'm just like, come on. There's a clicker behind you. Pick up the damn item. Pick it up.
Oh yeah. You had that. Yeah. You had that too. Yeah. No, there were times where it just wouldn't let me pick it up, and it got me killed at least like 4 times.
What is Tipsy saying? I read
someone like The Last of Us is very sexist.
No. Just wait. We'll talk more about the game. Just wait.
Yeah. I'll get into like my real feelings and why I feel that way and all that shit. We'll get into that.
So that's another thing I didn't like. Besides that, that's the game might have been a little too long.
Yeah, honestly, now that you're saying that, I feel it too.
And last but not least, the pacing was kind of off to me. So yeah, you would play Ellie's story, right? And then all of a sudden it cuts, and now you're in a memory that happened 3 years ago. And I'm just like, okay.
Oh yeah, no,
okay.
That did feel kind of weird.
It just felt out of place. Like I maybe you should have shortened it more, or maybe not included it at all because it wasn't really necessary.
Or maybe they should have just made it one section, honestly.
Yeah. So I have that problem, the pacing. And then even in like Seattle Day 1, memory 3 years ago, Seattle Day 2, memory from 2 years ago, Seattle Day 3. And something like it just messed up the flow. Like for me, I was like, come on, I want to get back to the story.
Honestly,
give me back to Ellie. Give me back to Abby.
It's a lot to play, and you really have to sit there. That's why I'm saying it was really difficult at first for me to sit there. When I first got this game, I couldn't play it for more than 45 minutes before I'm saying, nah, I'm good, Chief. Yeah, and then there were times where you got deeper into the story, and then once one thing happened, I was like, oh no, I can't stop now. Like that everything started going down. I don't know. It feels like The Last of Us Part 2, that it's the actual second part of the story and a continuation, but it's just the game was trying too hard.
Yeah. So it was like reaching, and I was like, come on, you don't have to. Yeah. It's fine the way it is.
It's trying way too hard.
Tipsy, okay, maybe not excesses, but trying to give a woman a lead role in a game. So I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. That's actually cool. The problem, the majority of people, at least the people that are giving super 0 out of 10s in Metacritic, they have a problem with that, which I don't really get. I don't understand why. It's a video game. Enjoy it. Ellie was a badass. Abby was a badass, and I enjoyed that part. So anyways, those were the positive. Those were the negatives. Let's just talk about the game now. Man, the game is so good.
I definitely enjoyed the game a lot more than I thought I would.
So even though you were spoiled, you enjoyed it more than okay. For me, again, I didn't get spoiled, so I enjoyed the game. I didn't expect them to go that route. I don't know. Reading all these people's review is just insane.
The fact that it happened in the beginning of the game, it's primarily where I was just like, oh.
Yeah. So for me, I was just like, the moment that Joel, so Abby is trying to find out where these two people are at, infected, take over this factory. Joel and Tommy go in there, saving her, knowing no idea who she is. They save her good people. They're trying to save each other and
Right.
go back to Jacksonville or Jackson, wherever it is. And then the moment that Joel and Tommy go inside the garage, and then Abby gets together with her crew. Joel walks in, and then Joel looks around the room. He's just looking around the room, and he goes like, "You guys got something to say? Whatever it is, like just get it over with." Like, oh shit, oh crap, and then boom, the shotgun happens and blows off his leg, pretty much. Look, like, I get it. People are mad that Joel, their favorite character from the first game, died within 3 hours of the game. He died as a boss, though. He looked around the room and he's just like, whatever you guys have to say, just get it over with. And it happened.
He's like, you feel like have you heard of us or something? And then at that moment, it was just over. And see, here's the thing. I feel like I kind of have to say this. Now, I know a lot of people who are just like, I don't want to fuck with this game. I don't want to touch it. I want to play it. I want to look at it, nothing. Right? And then there were, like, I understood where, I guess, Neil Druckmann was going, like, towards the actual ending of the game, and, like, kind of what message he was sending. I kind of understood that, so that's why I wasn't one of those people who were just like, "Oh yeah, the ending." You know, I was like, I'm playing for it.
Oh, the people with the ending, people are still crying over that.
It's not that serious.
No, but see, that's what. See, like, I can't control a creator's vision,
right?
Because then if I get involved, then it's not his vision anymore. Now it's part of my vision, and other people around there. It's like me telling J.K. Rowling, "Hey, Dumbledore, like, he lives, like, let him live. Like, he can't die. He cannot die. He has to live." It changes the whole game,
and you
no longer.
Say that because you're not letting the creator tell their story.
Exactly, it's not their story anymore.
You want them to tell your story.
Exactly. So I get it. I get why people are angry, but it's not my story. It's Neil Druckmann and whoever the writers are there. It's their story, and if that's the way they wanted to show it, that's the way they're going to do it. And I'll take it. I mean, I enjoyed the game. I didn't have a problem. Again, when you were playing as Abby, and then you go back to the aquarium and you find your Owen and Mel dead.
That's where, see the map? That's where Abby's story started picking up for me.
Yeah.
It was either when that happened or when they started getting into it with the Seraphites. It was around one of those two, and that's where it picked up for me. And that's when I was like, oh no, I can't stop playing now. But when I was playing as Ellie and I killed Mel, my God,
I felt bad because when you play as Ellie,
was not okay.
By the way, Tipsy, Mel, she's one of Abby's friend, and she was pregnant, and Ellie, the main character of the game, kills her and Owen, and what happened? Like, you felt it. You're like, holy crap, I just killed a pregnant lady.
And I was just silent. I was silent for at least a good 5 minutes, and I really didn't know how to feel or what to say.
So I felt it, and in Abby and in Ellie's case, Ellie fucked up. Like she literally starts to cry, and she's like, "What did I do? What did I just do?"
Yeah, it's
you're like,
it's pretty.
She just lost control. Her anger took over.
Yeah. Druckmann is a genius when it comes to shit like that.
That's what they wanted you.
Yeah. Like when it comes to shit like that, and that really makes you think about it, man, it was intense. Period. So that was crazy. Anyways, when you're playing as Abby, you go to the theater, and then you start going against Ellie, which at that point I thought I was gonna go back to Ellie, but I was still Abby, and I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna go against Ellie now. And I was like, no,
I
no,
know.
please, God, no.
I know. At that point, I was like, I don't want to kill Ellie.
I was just
But at
like,
the same
why am
time, I
I
don't want
playing?
Ellie to kill Abby because, like, I enjoyed Abby's story. You brought it up. The Sarah fight when they went to their island. That was
Oh,
kind of like
man.
that was part of the game that I was like, this shouldn't be this long.
It shouldn't be that long. But my guy, when it was on fire
When it
and
was on
like
fire, it was dope.
all started happening, and then especially when the moment with the sickle and the face, like I was just like, oh no.
Yeah, that twist when you're playing as Abby against Ellie, I was like, wow.
And see,
Wow.
that's the part they showed this part in the leak. So here's primarily what they showed. Since the game's already out, everybody, we've already beat the game. Here's what they showed in the leaks was they showed Joel dying. They showed a clip of Ellie confronting Joel about what happened in the hospital. And it took place during one of the flashbacks. And then they also showed near the end of the game, or a portion of the end of the game, where Abby beat the shit out of Ellie, and it was in the cutscene where he's like, no, stop, like she's pregnant, don't do it. And then now that Abby knows that Mel is dead and now her baby's dead, like now she's just like, I don't care. And Lev literally to stop her.
And again, what's crazy, again, this is I don't understand why people hate Neil. They want Neil fired. They said that his writing sucks. I don't get it because
But it wasn't him that wrote it, did he?
it was him and other people, like part of the Naughty Dog team of writers. But again, like Ellie, she's the hero from the first game. You're playing her as in the second part. You didn't know you would switch to Abby, but then you start seeing everything from Abby's point of view of how Ellie and her crew are slaughtering her team. And that was so crazy because the sniping scene when Tommy's sniping your whole crew.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, this is from Abby's eyes. They are evil. They're taking down your whole team. Yeah. And then when Manny dies, I was like, oh snap, this is insane.
Yeah. When man, that was just that was all of it was so heavy.
Yeah.
And I felt more and see, here's the thing, even though I have a problem with Abby personally, I still felt lost for her because she was losing so many people around.
Yeah, she lost all her friends
so fast
by Ellie's crew.
Like, man, it happened so quickly.
So that's why it was crazy seeing everything through Abby's vision, through her eyes. I was like, I get it. Like, I understand why she's going against them because in her eyes, they are evil. They're the bad guys. But yeah, when you finally beat down Ellie, which that kind of hit me, I was like, holy crap! I just beat down the main character. When you when you break her arm, you bust her nose, and then you grab what's her name, Dina, and then you slam her face to the floor multiple times, and Ellie yells at Abby and says, "Stop! She's pregnant."
She, like I said, if Lev did not stop her.
Yeah. Yep. So this is where everything changed because this is the point where, well, it happened prior because Lev told Abby, "You're a good person." And then Abby said, "You don't know me. I've done many things wrong." But this is sort of her redemption to change.
Right.
Lev came in and said, "Stop." And Abby just shut down. She wasn't crying, but she just knew like it's wrong. And she just let Dina go. And she just looked at Ellie and told her, "I don't want to see your face anymore. Leave." That was that. And I was like, oh crap. Abby she changed. She changed, helping Lev, helping her sister Yara. She changed. So that's the twist. Like you saw Abby's a brutal killer only to get her side of the story and later seeing her transformation.
Man, it was just like, honestly, while playing as Abby and while seeing all this stuff unfold, that is what made me say, hey, this might not be so bad after all.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I still don't think, like, honestly, I still don't think the game is all bad. I think it has
it's not perfect.
I think it has definitely some issues.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
And me personally, I think that if I were to play this game without having looked at the leaks at all, like, let's basically say if the leaks never happened for me, and I denied, I didn't look at it, then I probably would have had a different experience. But I feel like when you look at something that you love and dear, let's say like whatever the next Spider-Man movie is or the next Venom movie, you get an idea of your head of what to expect. And then once you see leaks that go against that idea in your head, you're just like, oh nope, it's a wrap now. I'm not doing a single thing. You can forget it. Right. And leaks kind of shaped what I was expecting, and it was twisting it. But now that I actually got a chance to play it and give it a chance, I can say that, I enjoyed my time with the game, but there were definitely some things that could have been done better. But overall, decent game.
Yeah. So
that's it.
Once that scene ended and you go to the farmhouse, Ellie is now, I don't know, maybe 2 years older. I'm not sure. She looks older.
She does.
Dina,
she's a
baby.
Mom. And that's like it gave me joy in my heart when I finally got to see Ellie and Dina happy.
Yeah. So when that happened, I was like, cool. This is the end of the game. I don't know what happens to Abby.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. I'm like, this has to be the end of the game.
That was the end. And then Tommy comes in, and I was like, "Oh, Tommy's here. Cool. He lived.
Yeah, he lived. And he's missing an eye.
He got stabbed or something in the leg, and then shot in
the eye. Yeah,
yeah. But he's there, and then he comes talk to Ellie and goes like, "You promised that you weren't gonna take her out. I can't do it, so you have to do it." I was like, "What? Is this gonna be a part three? And then it goes to Santa Barbara. I was like, holy crap, the game is still going. Yeah. When that happened, I was like, at that point, I was like, okay, this game is long.
Yeah, I felt like that part, like some of that part was not necessary.
Yeah. So
at all.
Yeah, it wasn't. And then yeah, obviously the Santa Barbara part, you play as Abby, then you play as Ellie. And you know what's cool? It's cool that they put so much effort in the game that they made the WLF, the SAF. I keep missing the word.
Seraphites.
Yes, and they made the other group.
Seraphites. Excuse me.
Seraphites, and then that group in Santa Barbara. I forgot what they're.
Oh no, it's some kind of cult.
Yes.
Or something like that.
With the skull and all that stuff. But anyways, it's cool how much passion they put, because it's crazy. It's like a whole different group with different ideas. And yeah, once that happened, play as Ellie, get to the campus where the end happens. And what was your take on that end?
On the end when the end. Yeah. Honestly, it was kind of fulfilling.
Yeah. Okay. So
for me, it was kind of fulfilling, but it also felt kind of satisfying, because I felt like if I actually would have seen Abby die there, I would have gotten pissed off.
Yeah, because you feel for Abby, because you played her story. You understand why she did.
Well, it's not that I feel for Abby. It's just that I feel like now she's doing it. Now before she had a legitimate reason, and she still did. She had a legitimate reason to go after Abby and hunt her down and kill her. Right. Mm-hmm. That's point blank. That's one side of the story. But you flip to the other side of the coin. Now time has passed. You're happy. You have what you want. You essentially left home, ruined what you wanted, and then you know what? At the end of the day, you have that flip side of the agreement where you're just like, oh, I have what I want. I'm happy for now, and I wasn't thinking about it like that. Yes, I was having PTSD moments of it again, but I have a wife that supports me and loves me and everything like that. So why do I need to go after her? And
Yeah.
that's
So
why when
lot.
Tommy said that, then that's when that triggered. She's like, "Oh yeah, I gotta still go after her."
Yeah. So when that happened, and when you get to see Abby hanging,
Man,
looking all
just look
frail and
completely
skinny,
different person.
well, yeah. I mean, she hasn't eaten. I don't know for how long she's been hanged up on that pole, but yeah. So when that was a crazy moment because you get to the boat and Ellie helps her leave, and then once like she lies Lev in the boat, she's ready to go. Ellie stops and says, "You're not going anywhere. We're gonna end this." I was like, "Oh crap! Oh
Man,
crap! Who's gonna
just
die?
I'm
Who's
not.
gonna die now?"
She's straight up like, "I'm not doing it."
Yeah, and she said, "Abby's no, I'm not gonna do this. It's not it's not who I am anymore." And Ellie goes to Lev and takes out her knife and sticks it next to Lev. I'm just like, Ellie, come on, Ellie, don't be evil. Don't be what Abby was, pretty much. Um, and yeah, it ends with Abby biting her fingers off and then letting her go, which a lot of people are not happy. A lot of people wanted her to die. But if you do that, it's just a circle that's just going to rotate again and again. So I understood why they changed it. Ellie did not want to start that again. She didn't want to go over the whole process
Like
of
I understand
yeah,
Abby, like Ellie's tired, man.
exactly.
She lost the love of her life and kid because she wanted to pursue something that probably Tommy was like half drunk talking about anyway.
Mhm.
Like then on top of that, you were dealing with, like Jesse's death, and you were dealing with everybody else's death that you had loved and cared for, and you're just like, I just go home and
Mhm.
rest. At least tired, dude. She
Mhm.
doesn't have enough energy and enough hate to drive that, like that passion.
Yeah.
She doesn't have it, and it's not the end of the world.
Well, it was sad once. I mean, in this case, you don't. You is there going to be a part three? I'm pretty sure there will be. Who
The
knows what's going to
way,
happen?
and see, here's the thing. I don't know if I do get part three, or if there is a part three of The Last of Us. I
Mhm.
don't think I would want to get it because I'm okay. I would be perfectly okay if they stopped at two.
Mhm.
They should stop at two. The story is complete. We don't need to know where Ellie and Lev go. It's clear that they're already heading for the Fireflies. We don't need to deal with that again.
Abby and Lev?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
just like
You don't know.
like
You
what's
don't
the
know.
point?
You don't want to know what happened to Dina at the end of the game.
Man,
Yeah,
Dina.
when that happened, that sucked. I
Like
was
I
like, wow.
kind of want, like, okay, if they do it, I need to know what happened. Like I really need to know. But
Mhm.
I mean that's fucked.
That was. I mean, she chose. Ellie chose what she wanted,
She
and
did
she
chose.
chose to get revenge, which doesn't lead well.
She chose because she had the devil whispering in her ear, essentially.
Yes, PTSD. Yep.
Yep, and she had it, and she was thinking about it, and she was just like, "Oh, okay, like
Yep.
I'm gonna go finish it." Then they had a fight, and left everything in the house but what was hers already.
Mhm.
Damn. My question is, where did they go? They go back to Jackson?
Maybe. I mean, that's where Tommy. I mean, Tommy and Maria took a break, according to Tommy, anyways. Um, and yeah, I mean, they want them to come back, but who knows?
I
Who
don't know.
knows?
It's just It's not the same. Like if I was playing as like if Abby, I feel like if Abby played more like Ellie, I would automatically like her more.
I mean, the way she is now at the end of the game, she probably will. And people, well, I don't know, because the majority of people hate Abby. I don't get
If they
why,
make
but
another game, I know they're rioting like on spot.
yeah. But I want to know what's gonna happen to her and Lev. I would like to know what happens. You know what? Okay, so anyways, that's the end of the game. What I want to see in the future. I mean, I want to see how this virus started. Because we
Yeah, if we
don't
have like
really
a prequel,
know.
if we have
Yeah,
like a prequel, that would be great.
we don't know how it started. And I would like a game that's a prequel. I would also want a DLC for The Last of Us Part 2, and I want Tommy's side of the story. I don't know if that's what you want, but like I want to know. I want to have a DLC of Tommy, like him going by himself.
Like Tommy's part.
Yeah, because Tommy was a badass in this game.
My question is after that, like, but even then, like, let's say if all bases were covered, do you feel like The Last of Us Part 2 even needs DLC? Like Left Behind?
Well, by the way that people are treating Neil Druckmann and the Naughty Dog team, I think he's gonna say, "Fuck you guys, we're not gonna make DLC anymore." The game. So apparently, on one of the leaks, they said that the multiplayer part of the game, it is out there. They just haven't added it to the main game yet.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be added to a future update. Who knows?
I mean, I've never played like a Naughty Dog game that has multiplayer. Like, period. Like, I played like story. Like, I never got to play Uncharted that has multiplayer. Like, I was way too late to the party on that.
Oh yeah, Uncharted 2 is multiplayer is amazing. I was
way too late to the party on most of the multiplayer games on Naughty Dog side.
Mm-hmm. So we've talked for an hour.
Yeah,
we got the bad, the good, our thoughts in the game, how we felt certain part of the game, scenarios. Let's get to the review. Do you want to go first, or should I go first?
Review. You can go first.
So, is the game great? Yes, it is. Is the game a perfect score? No, it is not. If you were to tell me what I would give it out of 10, I say an 8.5 out of 10.
You're going 8.5 officially.
I'm going 8.5. I mean, highest 9, lowest 8.5. There's a lot of up to the game more than the downs.
Yeah,
I don't understand why the people hate the game. You know what? Okay, so 8.5, 9 out of 10. That's my score. Before I get to that, what's your verdict?
So, like you said, the game has issues.
Mm-hmm.
People have issues with the game. Mm-hmm. But you should not let that get in your way from actually experiencing what this game is.
Yep.
If I had to give it a score, I gave it a 7.5 initially, but you know what? I'm going to raise it. I'm going to raise it to an 8. Lowest, absolute lowest 7.5, highest 8.5.
Okay. So between us, it's an average of 8.2, 8.3, all that stuff. So it's an 8. It's an 8 out of 10. It's a good game. That doesn't mean it's a bad game.
and a 10 out of 10 game, you know, though, it doesn't happen that often. It's like there's always something you feel cheated on, or something you feel like, you know, like, man, only if they would have done this, or, you know, people who are butthurt about microtransactions. Like, I mean, as long as they're not like pay to win microtransactions, I don't really care.
So all these reviews on Metacritic, I mean, it's BS. You know that once the game was released, immediately people put 0 out of 10s, 0 out of 10. Like they played it. I'm just like, that's crazy. That's insane. I'm not gonna mention YouTubers, but some of them are so I don't get them. They reviewed the game without playing the game. And some of them don't even like to play the game because you play as a girl. It's crazy. Again, I'm not gonna put the names, but yeah, it's crazy. I don't get it.
Why? Why do we have such a problem with the LGBTQ community in video games.
I don't get it.
Like, it's not really an issue. It never really was.
Nope.
Like, just let them have their moment. Like, just like people of minority, just like the Black Lives Matter thing, just like all lives matter. You know, it's something that colored people have had to deal with for an extremely long time, and it's not just
a lot of these people are like dude bros, like
Kyle's and Chad's.
Yeah, so Joe was their guy, and I'm just like, okay.
I feel it. Joel was my guy too, but you know what?
But
it's some fucked up shit.
Yeah, in the first game, like there's hints and letters and all that stuff. Joe killed a lot of people. There's for sure gonna be someone out there who's gonna hunt him down, and that's what happened. That's what happened. But they didn't want that. They wanted Joel to live and be the hero of the game, which no, it's not gonna happen. They live in a world where it's do or die, survival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see Joel changing his ways, even the end of the game where he's like, if the Lord gave me another shot at that moment, Ellie, I would do everything the exact same.
Yup.
I would not change a single thing.
Yup.
Like that hit. It that hit hard.
And Ellie was never able to fully apologize. So that sucked.
Like it's crazy. It really is.
But anyways, I think that's it. That's The Last of Us. So it's cool listening to your part of the story because you were spoiled.
Yeah,
I wasn't. So you got a different perspective from me, who wasn't spoiled. Period. And I enjoyed it. I didn't have an issue with it. I mean, I understand when Joel died, I was like, damn, they got him. But at the same time, I was like, it was bound to happen. He killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
And someone out there is trying to get revenge.
Yeah, he crossed a lot of people.
Yep. And then I hated Abby. Then all of a sudden, that twist in the middle of the game where I played as Abby, and I got to see her side of the story, which I understand. I get it. I get why she did it now. And just seeing her perspective, how Ellie and her crew were downing all her teammates, and her like crying and be like, why did they kill you? Or Owen, Mel, Manny, and all of them, Nora, all dying. So I enjoyed the game. Again, 8.5 out of 10. Gameplay is fantastic. The flaws, the pacing was the off thing to me. And then the little gripes were, again, like Abby's physique. Like, I have no issue with it. I don't have an issue. What I have an issue is she's the only one who looks like that. And I'm just like, come on, there has to be more girls. Can't just be Abby throughout the whole world of Last of Us Part 2.
Oh man, you already know it is.
Anyways, I like the game. 8.5 for me. You said an 8.
I said an 8.
Cool. That's it, dude. Thanks for stopping by. We haven't done this in a long time, but now that I know StreamYard,
it's the way to go, because we can actually do podcasts and everything like that. And
your thoughts and all that stuff with other things that are.
I've wanted to do a podcast for the longest time.
Yeah.
I have no guests. I have no guests and I have no time. Yes. It's bullshit.
Yeah. Powered by StreamYard, yeah.
Yep. Quick plug.
Duck with beats.
Quick plug.
But yeah. All right, then you guys, thanks for coming by. It's already, it's still July 4th. Well, happy holidays. Stay safe. Wear a mask when you go out. Wear a mask. Don't go out
and don't be a Karen, please. Don't be a Karen. I'm tired of seeing Karens on the news. Don't be a Karen.
All right. That's it, guys. All right, Tekstorm. Your outros, man.
All right, man. TekstormGaming. I'm here on YouTube. I'm also streaming a lot more on Twitch. Now that I got my PC working properly, so please stop by. Follow me on TekstormTV or twitch.tv/TekstormGaming. That'd be awesome. I have my domain name. I wish I did. Later. Big leagues. Big leagues.
And I'm Virtual Memo. I got a way to do podcast again. It's been a long time, and now I have the time. And yeah, I just really wanted to get my thoughts out there in the last of us.
Yeah.
It's something that like I want to give my opinion on it.
I feel like this should be a regular thing.
Oh, we'll do more. We'll do more, especially with other things.
Definitely more games and stuff like that. Even movies. Like I feel like this should be a thing.
You know what we'll do is when Xbox announced their Xbox news this month.
Oh man, we should have reacted to the PlayStation 5.
Hey man, I didn't have time. Also, I didn't know that StreamYard existed until like 2 days ago.
We can do a reaction once the price gets announced.
Yeah, so we can do a reaction for sure. Like the vids, people. Oh snap, it's already there. Okay. All right, you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Peace out. Stay safe. See you guys next time. Laters. Right.
You are not live.
Fireworks are still happening.